Welcome to my channel, Silent Stories, where silence speaks louder than words. Today's story will break your heart, inspire your soul, and remind you that true talent needs no stage, only courage. So sit back and listen closely, because this story begins with hunger. Fade in. Manhattan streets at night. Neon lights shimmer on wet asphalt. Cars glide by, people hurry under umbrellas. A young girl, Emma Rivers, just 19, stands outside a five-star restaurant. Her clothes are thin, soaked from the rain. She holds an old backpack torn at the edges, and her stomach growls from days without food. But in her eyes burns something fierce, hope. Emma wasn't always homeless. Once she had a home filled with laughter, a piano by the window, and a mother who believed in her. But fate, cruel as ever, took that all away. Her mother passed after a long illness. The bills piled up, the rent expired, and soon the world forgot her, except her music and the only thing she had left. Crystal chandeliers sparkle above tables of gold and silver. Waiters glide between guests in tuxedos, laughter and wine flowing like fountains. At the center table sits Richard Blackstone, a billionaire with an ego taller than his skyscraper. Owner of the very restaurant Emma stands outside of. Tonight, he's entertaining his friends, powerful men who think money can buy respect. Richard is known for two things: his ruthless business sense and his cruelty toward those he deems beneath him. As he lifts his glass of champagne, he notices Emma through the window, a drenched girl staring at the leftover bread on a plate. He smirks. "Hey, someone tell that stray outside this isn't a charity." "This is a restaurant." The table bursts into laughter. Emma lowers her eyes, her cheeks burning. She turns to leave, but then something inside her stops her. She takes a deep breath and steps inside. The waiters freeze. All eyes turn toward her muddy shoes and dripping hair. A hostess rushes forward, whispering, "Ma'am, you can't be here." But Emma's voice, though soft, doesn't tremble. "I'm not here to beg. I just want a meal, please." Richard leans back, amused. He looks her up and down like she's a stray dog that wandered into his palace. "Oh, really? And how do you plan to pay for that?" Emma hesitates. I can play. I can play the piano." Laughter explodes across the room. "Play?" Richard scoffs. "Sweetheart, this isn't a subway station." "You think I'll feed you for a song?" His friends chuckle, cruel, heartless, arrogant. But Emma stands tall. "If you don't like how I play, I'll leave, and you never have to see me again." A silence falls. The audacity of this soaked, homeless girl dares to challenge a billionaire. It intrigues him. Richard smirks, swirling his wine. "All right then. Play something, Mozart. If you can impress me, I'll feed you." He gestures to the grand piano near the stage, a Steinway worth more than her entire life savings. The crowd murmurs. Phones rise, cameras start recording. Emma walks to the piano. Her fingers tremble as they hover over the ivory keys. She hasn't touched a real piano in months. The smell of polished wood, the warmth of the lights, it all feels like a dream. For a moment, she closes her eyes. She hears her mother's voice. "Play with your heart, Emma, not your hands." Then, she begins. The first notes are gentle, almost shy. Then they grow, fierce, alive, electric. Her fingers fly across the keys, painting pain and beauty in every chord. The melody tells her story of loss, hunger, hope, and defiance. The laughter dies. The room falls into silence. Even the waiters stop moving. Tears glisten in the eyes of strangers who moments ago mocked her. Every note wraps around their hearts, breaking something inside them. And when the final chord fades, you could hear a pin drop. Richard Blackstone sits frozen. His glass hangs midair. He doesn't understand what just happened. This girl, this nobody, just made him feel something money never could. The crowd erupts into applause. Some stand, some wipe tears, some record the moment in disbelief. Emma bows her head slightly, her lips trembling. "I just wanted to eat," she whispers. Richard stands, clearing his throat. He tries to regain control. "Well, I suppose talent can come from anywhere." He gestures to the waiter. "Give her a meal. The cheapest one you've got." His words cut like knives. But before the waiter can move, a voice rises from the corner. "Wait!" It's an older man in a gray suit, Charles Bennett, a famous music producer. He steps forward, eyes wide with astonishment. "Who taught you to play like that?" Emma hesitates. "My mother, she was my only teacher." Charles shakes his head in disbelief. That was pure emotion. Something I haven't heard in years. Have you ever recorded anything? Emma shakes her head. I don't even have a piano. He looks at Richard, disgust written on his face. You should be ashamed, Blackstone. That girl just gave this restaurant more soul than you ever will. Richard's jaw tightens. But before he can reply, Charles turns to Emma. Come with me. I'll make sure you never go hungry again. The crowd cheers. Emma covers her mouth, tears streaming down her face. Richard watches, humiliated, the video still recording every second. Within hours, that clip hits the internet. Homeless girl stuns billionaire with piano performance. Within a day, it hits 10 million views, and by morning, Richard Blackstone becomes the most hated man on the internet. The man who mocked a homeless girl and got destroyed by her music. Emma stands in a recording studio, headphones on, tears in her eyes. The same song she played that night now flows through a microphone, this time polished, powerful, eternal. Charles smiles behind the glass booth. You're not just a pianist, Emma. You're a story people need to hear. Within weeks, her single hits streaming platforms. Within months, she's performing on stages across the world. Her story becomes an anthem of resilience, a voice for every soul the world has ignored. The stage lights glow. Hundreds of guests gather for a benefit concert. Music for the Homeless, organized by none other than Emma Rivers. She walks onto the stage in a simple white dress, elegance in every step. The same piano stands before her. She smiles softly at the crowd. Once I was told I had to play, or starve, but now I play, to feed others. The audience rises in applause. In the back of the hall, Richard Blackstone stands alone, face heavy with regret. He lost millions, investors, respect, all because of that one cruel night. But perhaps he lost something greater, his humanity. As Emma's fingers dance on the keys once again, Richard wipes a tear he didn't know he had. And that's how a homeless girl silenced a billionaire. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with music and heart. Because sometimes the greatest power isn't wealth. It's the courage to keep playing when the world tells you to stop. Thank you for watching Silent Stories. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Every story here is a reminder that no voice is too small and no dream too far. Until next time, stay kind, stay human.